Alan Rawsthorne was a British composer. He was born in Haslingden, Lancashire, and is buried in Thaxted churchyard in Essex. Early years. Alan Rawsthorne was born in Deerhamgate House, Haslingden, Lancashire, to Hubert Rawsthorne, a well-off medical doctor, and his wife, Janet Bridge. Despite what appears to have been a happy and affectionate family life with his parents and elder sister, Barbara, in beautiful Lancashire countryside, as a boy Rawsthorne suffered from fragile health. Although he did at various times attend schools in Southport, much of Rawsthorne's early education came through private tutoring at home. Despite a childhood aptitude for music and literature, Rawsthorne's parents tried to steer him away from his dreams of becoming a professional musician. As a result, he unsuccessfully tried to take on degree courses at Liverpool University, first in dentistry and then architecture. Concerning dentistry, Rawsthorne is on record as having said, "I gave that up, thank God," before getting near anyone's mouth, while his friend, Constant Lambert, quipped, "Mr. Rawsthorne assures me that he has given up the practice of dentistry, even as a hobby." Career. In 1925, Rawsthorne was finally able to enroll at the Royal Manchester College of Music, where his teachers included Frank Merrick for the piano and Carl Fuchs for the cello. In 1927, Rawsthorne's mother died aged just 49. After graduating from the Royal Manchester College of Music around 1930, Rawsthorne spent the next couple of years pursuing his piano training with Egon Petri at Zakopane in Poland, and then briefly also in Berlin. On his return to England in 1932, Rawsthorne took up a post as pianist and teacher at Dartington Hall in Devon, where he became composer-in-residence for the School of Dance and Mime. In 1934, Rawsthorne left for London to try his fortune as a freelance composer. His first real public success arrived 4 years later with a performance of his theme and variations for 2 violins at the 1938 International Society for Contemporary Music Festival in London. The next year, his large-scale symphonic studies for orchestral was performed in Warsaw, again at the ISCM Festival, the first in a line of completely assured orchestral scores. The symphonic studies, which can be heard as a concerto for orchestra in all but name, rapidly helped Rawsthorne establish himself as a composer possessing a highly distinctive musical voice. Other acclaimed works by Rawsthorne include a viola sonata, 2 piano concertos, an oboe concerto, 2 violin concertos, a concerto for string orchestra, and the Elegy for Guitar, a piece written for and completed by Julian Bream after the composer's death. Other works include a cello concerto, 3 acknowledged string quartets among other chamber works, and 3 symphonies. Rawsthorne wrote a number of film scores. His best-known work in this field was the music for the 1953 British war film, The Cruel Sea Family. Rawsthorne was married to Isabel Rawsthorne, an artist and model well known in the Paris and Soho art scenes. Her contemporaries included André Derain, Alberto Giacometti, Pablo Picasso and Francis Bacon. Isabel Rawsthorne was the widow of composer Constant Lambert and stepmother to Kit Lambert, manager of the rock group The who died in 1981. Isabel died in 1992. Alan Rawsthorne was her third husband. Sefton Delmar was her first husband. Isabel was Alan Rawsthorne's second wife, his first wife being Jessie Hinchliffe, a violinist in the Philharmonia Orchestra. Compositions: Ballet Madame Chrysantheme, Orchestral Symphonies, Symphony No. 1, Symphony No. 2, A Pastoral Symphony, Symphony No. 3, Symphonic Studies, concerto for string orchestra, cortèges, fantasy overture, divertimento for chamber orchestra, elegiac rhapsody for strings, ballet overture, improvisations on a theme by Constant Lambert, light music for strings, suite from Madame Chrysantheme, overture for Farnham, prisoners' march from film The Captive Heart, music from film The Cruel Sea, street corner overture, theme, variations and finale, triptych for orchestra, concertoncello concerto, clarinet concerto, oboe concerto, piano concerto No. 1, piano concerto No. 2, concerto for two pianos and orchestra, violin concerto No. 1, violin concerto No. 2, concertante pastorale for flute, horn and orchestra, chamber string quartet No. 1, string quartet No. 2, string quartet No. 3, concertante for piano and violin, concerto for 10 instruments, clarinet quartet, quintet for piano, oboe, clarinet, horn and amp, bassoon, piano quintet, sonatina for flute, oboe and piano, suite for flute, viola and harp, theme and variations for two violins, piano trio, instrumental violin sonata, viola sonata, cello sonata, suite for treble recorder and amp, piano, elegy for guitar, piano ballad in G-sharp minor, piano sonatina, 4 romantic pieces, bagatelles, ballad, the Creole, suite for piano duet, Vogel orchestral Carmen Vertali, choral suite, a canticle of man, chamber cantata, the God in a Cave, cantata, medieval diptych 962, practical cats for speaker and orchestra, tankers of the Four Seasons, choral canzonette from A Garland for the Queen, 4 seasonal songs, lament for a sparrow, the oxen, a rose for Laditsa, Vogel 3 French nursery songs, We Three Merry Maids, 2 songs to words by John Fletcher, carol, saraband, scena rustica for soprano and harp, 2 fish,